everyone, and welcome to the Houston Element Podcast. My name is Missy, and I'm your host. And today, we're doing another virtual remote session via Zoom. We have a San Antonio celebrity native in the house. Okay, excuse me. He's also ventured to some other cities here in Texas. He's an artist as well as a cosplayer. We have Deaconrap.
Missy, do you hear that noise? Do you hear that? That's the sound of the people getting out of their seats because finally, Deaconrap has come back to the Houston Element podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, sorry, that's a lie. I've actually never been here before, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have fun. No, because Missy, I don't think you understand what she signed up for. You're not just going to nerd out and geek out. You're going to freak out and weeb out if you smell what Deaconrap is cooking.
That completely went over my head at the beginning, and I'm so sorry because I'm a huge rock fan. I should have gotten that, but, you know, a woman with my miles on it, you know, she forgets a couple things. But that was an amazing, amazing intro, man.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know yet of your legendary track list?
Well, my name is Deaconrap, and I'm not just any type of rapper. I'm like a nerdy, otaku, cosplay, Power Ranger rapper. And here's the thing about me. Deaconrap is the JDM riding, Bakenzord flying, cosplay wearing, woo, nerd life repping, woo, otaku rapping. Can I cuss in here or no?
Preferred not to, but I don't want to censor your form of art, so.
Son of a gun in hip-hop entertainment. Woo! You see, I play 6 instruments. I performed at anime convention, Comic-Con, all over this great state of Texas. And if you haven't heard, Deaconrap is going to be live December 9th to 11th at T.H.E Expo in San Marcos. And then in January, I'm going to be live at the con of all cons on the Austin side of Texas, IkiCon.
Oh.
And that's the bottom line, because Deaconrap said so.
Oh, wee. All right, y'all. Looks like I'm going to have to take some road trips here soon. Whoever wants to come with, I'm driving.
Oh, yeah. You especially want to go to, here's the next thing. If you want to go to T.H.E is an 18-plus convention. However, warning, it's more like a hentai convention. Keep in mind, I'm not really into hentai and all that. I just like submitted to Pam, was like, you know what, let me see what happens. And then boom, 3 of them get approved. And I'm like, why is wholesome, family-friendly me? How did I get approved at a con that celebrates hentai?
You know what? When you're just that awesome at what you do, you reach all audiences, man.
Yeah, that's true. Because like IkiCon, oh my God. The treatment that IkiCon has given me, I'm just like, why can't conventions in my own home city give me the same treatment that IkiCon has given me?
So can you tell us a little bit about what it is like to work at these conventions? What kind of things you do for preparation, hitting the stage, all that?
What I do for preparations for like 2 weeks, I'll stop drinking sodas. I'll stop going to Taco Bell 3 days a week. And I'll get in the gym. I'll do lots of running. I rehearse my set 3 times in a row while wearing ankle weights and wrist weights. No, this is something Elvis would do, right? He would rehearse wearing these weights, right? And then he'd wear them up until like a minute before they call his name. And that's how he was able to move his limbs so fast because that was his training purpose. And then with the whole running, my first time seeing someone rap over their vocals, I was just like, what is this? What am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, what is this? No, this is wrong. Because I understand that rapping over your vocals, there's some people that use it well. Like there's this artist named AJ Stack. When he raps over his vocals, they're backup vocals. Like the reverb is turned all the way up and the vocals are turned down, so you only hear them subliminally. And so when you see him perform live, he sounds exactly like the album. he's using rapping over vocals as an additive where there's some artists where like it's a crutch.
Mm-hmm.
Like you cannot perform live. But, I take performing live very seriously. So that's one of the things I do is that, I want to give the audience something they've never seen before. And I want to give them that feeling of, dude, I got to see this again. Because, like my childhood heroes were like Eminem, Elvis, George Strait, let's see, Snoop Dogg. My musical foundation had different phases. Like when I discovered MTV's morning music videos, that's when I discovered Eminem and Ludacris and The Game. And so the first 5 CDs my dad bought me were The Massacre, Encore, Red Light District, Rhythm and Gangster, and The Documentary. And then when I was 5 years old, my grandparents had this record player. And, they play all these old records like Elvis Presley, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, Hank Williams, George Strait, and then my dad, he loved Bon Jovi and the Beatles. So, I grew up, and plus I'm a 7th generation guitar player, so I come from a very musical family. So, as far as preparation goes, that's why I take live music so seriously. And then also I make that trip to Sam to buy all the snacks and everything. I'll gather up the crew and be like, okay, guys, so I'm going to need y'all for this. I'm going to need y'all for that at Anime Bingo. For people who haven't done it yet, this is how it works. For Otaku Rap Battles, this is how that works. For the concert, this is what I need you to do. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. It's a whole production.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And so it's been a while, I'm not going to lie, because life has, picked up for me, but I used to go to conventions all the time before I was working full time, So I know that like people will, prepare for these events, like just as attendees, a year in advance sometimes. So is that kind of like something that you do? Like you're already thinking of, okay, this is the convention I'm going to hit. This is the tour or event, so on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything is planned 6 months in advance.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. So you said you went to convention. Which con did you go to?
So I went to, oh my God, it's not Kazekage. I'm thinking of Naruto. Shoot. It's here.
Kamikaze Con.
Kamikaze Con. Thank you. And I went to, it starts with an O. It used to be in downtown. It's now in Galveston, Texas.
Onicon.
Onicon. Yes, sir. I've been to Onicon the most.
I can't believe Onicon still exists. Onicon is like that. Onicon is that person in an anime where you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that guy is still alive.
I mean, moving from Houston to downtown was their choice. I don't know. But, to me, I thought downtown was a great location because it was like 30 minutes from most Houstonians. So
I think Anime Matsuri really they wanted downtown to be theirs.
That's what it is too. Yes. And I've been to Anime Matsuri a couple of times. I saw Miyavi there. I don't know if you know him, but yeah, I saw him there a couple years ago. Yeah.
No, I don't. I stopped going to Matsuri after the controversy came out. Because I knew people that were personally they were personally in the controversy.
I see.
And then after the situation with my friend Geek 5 Ever, it's until Matsuri changes ownership, I can't really go back consciously.
I see.
Yeah.
So without mentioning names per se or too much detail, has there ever been instances where you were at an event and you saw incidents that didn't involve you that were just completely random? I've been to conventions where I've seen some random things.
One time in Matsuri, when I came downstairs, one of the windows was all broken out on the hotel entrance. Those glass doors, it was all broken out. There was again at Matsuri, there was a guy that was trying to do burnouts. Just smoking up the parking lot, trying to look cool. And then his tires popped.
Oh my God.
I know. And then let's see. San Japan. There's this guy in San Antonio named the Texas Bushman. He literally dresses in camouflage, sits in a giant flower pot, looking like a plant. Then he'd be like, hey, how you doing? And people just get scared, like I was trending for a while because I was in the Green Ranger and like, I was like, yeah, really loud. And like I was trending because I was in the Green Ranger, I was trending and people were like, come on, bro, the real one would never, yada yada. And I'm just like, well, I'm trending, But yeah, that's one thing to say in Japan. And then like what con was it? At Anime Sakai. I'm just sitting and talking with people. Then the owner comes with a giant Bluetooth speaker. He's like, hey, we're doing a rave downstairs. I'm like, we're doing a rave? And then like we get downstairs, everyone's like EDM dancing to the Yu-Gi-Oh theme song, and I'm just like, this is the person who owns the convention. I am so happy this type of person owns the convention.
So, yeah, I've noticed that a couple of cons, they started incorporating, usually it starts at like 11 or midnight, some kind of little after hours rave kind of thing. Do you like to go to those as well? Do you perform at those sometimes?
No, the rave is something completely separate. I'm not really an EDM person, and I've never really liked EDM rave. There's one dude where like, I had the patience to sit there and listen to his set. His name is DJ Seppi Hakubi. Like he's the one dude where like, it's not him, it's his genre. But I like and respect him enough where like, you know what, I will go to a show and I will sit there even though this music is like giving me a headache. But because I like you and because you support me so much, I will support you even though like, oh my God, I have a major headache.
Well, you are a good friend and a good sport.
Yeah, I try.
So you were telling us earlier that you play 6 instruments. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah. My dad my dad always wanted me to play an instrument. However, I didn't really want to for some reason. Then when I got in high school, there was this girl that I liked she liked guys who played the guitar. So I was just like, Dad, can I get a guitar? And then it went from guitar to piano to bass to drums to the harmonica to the violin.
Wow.
And I really want to learn how to play the tenor saxophone.
Oh, wow. Wow. So are you a string instruments fan or are you a wind instrument fan or it's whatever?
I'm a string, that's for sure. I'm a string person.
Yeah. Do you have a kind of technique that you like to use specifically? Like, are you a metalcore kind of guy or are you just like sultry, more music?
I'm a 1950s rock and roll kind of guy.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned Elvis. Yes.
Yeah. Like when my dad died, I was going through all these pictures, and I found a picture of me when I was like 5 with one of those kid guitars, and a lot of repressed memories. And the old thing came back. I'm like, am I trying to play Blue Suede Shoes here? I think I was trying to play Blue Suede Shoes here.
Well, my condolences about that, about your dad, but what a wonderful legacy.
Once you start making the 911 calls in the middle of the night, eventually you gotta mentally prepare yourself for when you gotta make that last one. So, my dad dying wasn't hard. It was all the messes of his I had to clean up after he died.
Mm. Well, my condolences to you and your family, though. But what a beautiful legacy of music to leave behind, with his child.
Yeah. I never thought about it like that.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. So can you tell us, like, you kind of combine your rapping love and your cosplay. So can you tell us how you combine those two? Because for me, it's a first, and I'm very intrigued.
So I was already a cosplayer, right? And I was trying to do gospel rap music for like the longest time.
Mm.
But, in like 2011, 2012, gospel rap music was not, the entity that it is today. However, in 2013, parodies were everywhere on YouTube, like parodies of songs were everywhere. Like, you know that song by Bruno Mars where it's like, I would catch a grenade.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So the opening lines were, we just met, but I know you're my soulmate. I got your name tattooed on my chest, neck, and face. Let's get hit right away. And I'm just like, this is so funny. I should do something like this, right? Well, here we are at this anime convention called MizumiCon. And I get this idea. I should make a parody of Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube, and I should make it about the convention. So here I am. Just got my ticket at pre-reg at the front desk. I don't know, but I probably should have got more rest. You know, then how'd it go? Mizumi was a good con. And my favorite line. Went to tabletop. They were playing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Talking about Cosmo. Shuffle 'em, shuffle 'em, shuffle 'em, shuffle. Shuffle in an overly dramatic fashion with my dragon. Light Pulsar Dragon. Light Pulsar Dragon. Light Pulsar won me another one. Picked at my graveyard. Then we played Magic. And now I'm done. I won. Plus nobody I know could beat me. Not even one. Mizumi was a good con. And then people started noticing, taking notice, and I'm like, let me do one at Anime Odyssey. Walking around the con in my cosplay at Anime Odyssey like that, with my mind on my pocky and my pocky on my mind. Later on that day, and my favorite line, it's like, take my turn in the karaoke. Love the way you lie by Slim Shady. Shady, or might you call me maybe. Oh, that song. And then finally, my best parody I think I've ever done at San Japan that year, I did a parody of Hard Out Here for a Pimp.
Oh my God. Amazing.
And my favorite line, I got a Yu-Gi-Oh deck and the Magic one too. You play the wrong cards and they'll both beat you. That's the way that game goes. When we out San Japan and got the glow stick before we start to go, you know it's fun out here at San Japan. So...
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I know. I look back and like, the recording quality is so terrible. Why did I think this quality was great? It was one of those earpiece microphones you got at Dollar Tree back in like 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I did it with what's that free program for recording audio?
Guitar Band?
No, not guitar. No. It's you download it on your computer. This was before Logic Pro and all that.
Oh man. Audacity?
Audacity, there we go. Yeah, it was on Audacity too, and I'm just like, dude, like, cause like, I'm in the studio right now, and we work with Logic Pro, so you know, comparing Logic Pro to Audacity is like, you know.
Okay. So now that you got your studio and things set up, so what kind of stuff do you like to do when it comes from music recording, mixing, production?
I just like exploring all that the program has to offer, you know, because it's like my older brother, he produces in the studio downstairs, and what you call it? They got like thousands, like at least 5 figures worth of plugins and additives just for Logic Pro.
Wow.
That's not even including the hard equipment. I'm talking about just software, right?
Yeah.
So my brother got so busy, he's like, hey man, I don't really have time to track you right now, but Pablo upstairs, he just opened up his own studio. Like, you should go there, man. He could use some traffic. And then as soon as I get in there, I'm like, Pablo, you're supposed to switch it to live. Because my brother, from 2014 till now, he was always like, look, you're going to be in a bigger, better studio one day. I don't want you to look like a dumbass, so I need you to learn how to do this. I need you to learn how to do that, you know? So he's been prepping me for so long. So when I get here and Pablo's doing all this stuff that's like, Pablo, this part's not necessary. Pablo, this part is wrong. Pablo, you got to change this. And then at some point, Pablo's like, so you want a job here? I'm like, sure.
I love that.
So by what I mean by exploring is that my brother had like, you know, thousands of dollars worth of plugins and additives. I'm trying to figure out how can I be that great just using the basic software. It's like, you ever watch an anime called Initial D?
You know, no, actually, I'm thinking of another one. Yeah. But no, that's an old anime. That's an old anime way back in the old Adult Swim days. Yes. So no, but it's been a while.
Yeah. So basically the main character, it's about street racing. The main character drives a slow car with no additive whatsoever. Whereas all these other guys, they got fast cars with lots of additives. If Takumi can be great in a slow car with no additive, maybe I can be great and a base model Logic Pro with no additives as well.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that, man. Because it's like you you probably know as a musician yourself, it's like your technique won't transfer over from your guitar to another person. Just because somebody plays your guitar doesn't
No.
mean that they can play as well as you. So it's all in your skill.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So what kind of now I'm not a
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm not familiar with Logic Pro, but can you tell us what kind of plugins and things you like to use for Logic Pro inside?
Say that one more time.
Yes. So what kind of plugins in Logic Pro do you like to use for your mixing and your mastering?
Oh, I don't have any.
But I mean,
like when with my brother, he uses Antaeus Auto Tune, and then he uses a thing called Ozone 8. And I never really learned the name. That was just, whenever he would tell me to take over, try and make the match, I just met with the settings and everything. I didn't really take time to learn what the programs were called.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, no worries. So let's talk about your latest EP that you released, okay? And if I say it wrong, I'm sorry. It's called Otaku's Attack?
Otaku's Attack, yes.
Yes. So can you tell us about that project?
So in 2018, Dave Hankins from Japan says, "Hey, bro, you wanna be the opening act in the YouTube concert? It's something we're trying out." And I'm just like, "Okay, yeah, definitely." And so then I call, he was my best friend at the time. He's still kind of my best friend. He's more like my childhood best friend, not really for the me. He was my best friend from then to basically the me now. He's more like one of my best friends, but anyway, I call him up. I'm like, bro, I tell him I'm performing at Japan, and according to him, I look like I was about to sneeze, throw up, and orgasm at the same time. I know. And so we're like, I need new material. I need more nerdy, happy, upbeat, dancey songs. So the song Otaku's Attack is something we came up with, and then we came up with Your Wife Who Is Trash. And Rice Burner is something I had done for a while, but I just like remixed it, redid a lot of the words, and made it more enthusiast-centric rather than me-centric. And then main characters, it's I wanted to rap about friendship. It came to my who's a better representation for Power Rangers than for friendship than the Power Rangers. So I found a Power Ranger beat, and I'm like right into it. I'm just like, yo, this is fire. And then Christmas that year, my brother said, "Hey, bro, I made you something for Christmas." I'm like, "What'd you make me?" And then he played the beat. And I'm just like, "Dude, what is that sound?" He's like, "That's a Dragon Ball song turned all the way down and inverted." I'm like, "It's the theme song to Dragon Ball Heroes." He basically turned the pitch all the way up to where it's all high pitch, and then he inverted it to where the song is backwards.
Oh my god!
So you're hearing Japanese and backwards.
Oh my god! And what sparked him to do this, just to see if he could?
He just wanted to make me something that was great, and we both agreed. This is my, how Eminem, his best song is "Lose Yourself," and how Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice will always be associated with him.
Mm-hmm.
That song, "Remember the Time," is my version of that.
Okay.
And so I had it ready to release in 2019. I'm like, I want to drop it on November 4th. That's my childhood best friend's birthday. And then it's like, oh, the con I wanted to drop it at on the 4th, they're not having live performers. I'm like, no, I'll just wait till next year. Then the pandemic happens. And November 4th of the pandemic, I didn't want to release it yet because I'm still, I have all the free time. I'm thinking I could make it better. Like main character, that Power Ranger song, I re-recorded it 10 times. like all the lyrics, just because they'll be like, I wonder how it sounds if I do it this way. I wonder how it sounds if I do it that. That's not even including the times that I ask my brother, hey, can we mix it this way? Can we change the effect this way? And, then 2021 happened. And I'm still working on this thing. I feel like it's not done yet because, from 2018 to 2021, excuse me, the skill set and level just elevated. So I'm not just like put it out to put it out. I'm more like it has to be perfect. It has to be, So 2022, it's like I'm done working on this thing. I'm gonna put it out, whether I feel this is perfect or not. I don't think it's perfect, but I've been working on this for 4 years. I better see some results, and I'm doing a tour to promote it. So I did put it out November 4th this year. I started on the tour and now I'm waiting on the results. And so far people like the song. Like my Power Ranger song, I got a DM randomly of somebody who made a lyric video for it.
Really?
Yeah, some dude randomly, like some random ball mind, like, dude, I love your song so much. I hope you like my lyric video. And I'm like, dude, I really like it. He's like, yeah, I just need more time to work on it so I can do the whole thing. I'm just like, what is going on? Why are people making lyric videos of my song? Like, I always knew this was coming, but like, anytime something good happens musically, I knew this was going to come, but I never mentally prepared myself for it. Like the voice actor of Frieza, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I met her at Hill Country Comic Con, we had this amazing interview. And then when I saw her again at Anime Texas back in August, I asked her, hey, would you ever like want to rap on a song? Because I know you're a singer. But would you ever want to rap in your Frieza voice? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, and then I get I offer her this. Then as she's talking, I'm thinking, what do we do? What do I do? What do I do? And then it just comes out. I think it'd be cool if we made a song. What if, like fan fiction, what if the Power Rangers were to fight Frieza? And she's like, yeah, I think I'd like that. So here we are. November, the day before, the day of that this album dropped, she's in San Antonio. And I told her, you don't have to record it. I'll write everything. We had this plan. November 5th, the day is actually here, that she's in San Antonio. I go pick her up. I bring her to the studio. We record the song. We do a photo shoot. We shoot some amazing promo videos. And it's like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? Yes. What the? Oh, that's right. I can't cuss. What the flip just happened? What the flip? This is, and it's like, at some point, we stopped being celebrity and fan, and it felt like we were on the same level.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And then because of that, there are 2 other voice actors that I'm going to be working with. Really? Recording songs, writing for. They're going to be on my album. And I can't really say their names yet.
Of course.
All I can say is that 2 of them are also from Dragon Ball. They're both also from Dragon Ball.
I'm like so jealous, but I'm kind of like envious that I'm like 6 degrees closer to Frieza's voice actors through you. That's incredible.
Well, tell you what. Once me and Linda Young actually find a release date, you want me to bring her on so we can talk about that?
I mean, if all parties are in agreement, I say rock and roll. That's my answer. You know what I'm saying? Rock and roll, So.
Awesome. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's, I don't know. Lately it feels like I'm defying the impossible, and it's easier than I thought it was.
No, man. I'm sorry. Please continue.
I don't know. It's like, like before my dad died in July of this year. And before he died, it's like, my life was kind of like in its routine. And it's like, ever since he died, it's like my life steadily started getting a lot better because it's like my dad, his health was bad. Like there were days where he mentally was not there. Even like the night before he died, I can tell something was mentally wrong with him. But, my dad is the type of person where he's like, he could be dying and he'll be like, don't call an ambulance. I'm fine. He could be dead and be like, why didn't you call an ambulance? You said you were fine.
Oh, yes.
Yes. It's like after my dad died, I got this amazing apartment. The studio, 2 of the employees, they're moving to Bangkok. So it's like they weren't here for like months. And it's like the owner of the studio, he had a coaching job in Floresville. So for a few months, it's like, oh my God, this is my studio. And then like the whole Linda Young thing happened. I went on tour and then, the album released, everything is just going really good. And that's why after I'm done with some current projects I'm working on, I'm going to do a gospel album, and it's going to be the most minimal promotion. It's just going to be put it out there to put it out there because I would love to do gospel music again. However, am I doing this for God or am I doing this to hop on a trend? And, if I'm going to do this, I have to do this for God. I can't be doing this to hop on a trend.
100%, man, because it is a spiritual experience.
Yeah. Because I don't mind doing something to hop on a trend, like Chainsaw Man. I only tried to watch it because, this is going to be the hottest anime out right now because I'm in the entertainment industry. I got to be up to date on stuff. I ended up liking it, but, when it comes to things like this,
Excuse me.
I just can't do it just to hop on a trend because I feel like, that's wrong of me to do it like that.
I respect that, man. Yeah. Stay educated, but you don't have to, you can know about the tea, but you don't have to drink the tea,
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on all of your recent success, man. Like, that is so freaking cool.
Yeah, I just I get I'm in this group of this Instagram group of nerdy rappers. We do ciphers. Like we just recently did an anime Big Brother cipher where somebody's rapping about Itachi. I'm rapping about Illumi. Someone's rapping about Raditz. Anime Big Brothers. And all of them are like, "Whoa, you're living the dream. You're living the dream." And I'm just like, I don't think I'm living the dream because for me it's like, Eminem and Snoop Dogg don't acknowledge me, so to me, I'm not living the dream yet.
But hey, you're already getting some acknowledgement from some people that you already admire, like voice actors and anime, so who knows?
Like you have no idea. Like Linda Young, Genkai actually helped. She voices for Genkai and Yu Yu Hakusho. That show actually helped me cope when my grandma died.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But I mean, I'm sorry.
It was back in 2011. Yeah. So yeah, that's for her. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. But it's like for it's I am excited for what happens next, and my big brother tells me not to mentally prepare myself for when it comes because I'll be more appreciative when it actually comes. And I'll work harder to do preparatory work. It's like Linda, right? My female friends, whenever they come here to do their modeling pictures, it's always an amazing vibe, right? And so I'm like, Miss Young, I call him Master Genkai. Master Genkai, would it be cool if the girls came into their photo shoot in the other room? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. I wanted to create this experience. I wanted to order Pizza Hut. Again, these celebrities, they give fans the experience all the time. When do we, the fans, ever give them an experience?
I love that you try to be as thoughtful as you can, and treat them with the respect that they deserve because, people forget that y'all are people too. You as artists are people too. You don't need to just get mobbed and drooled all over and be like, can you play my song? No.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. But it's like for her, it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. But it's like for me, it's like, I'm not living the dream yet. Yeah, cause I'm starting to see that lately. Cause there are a few people at the convention. They're like, "Hey, man, I really like what you do." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool, man." I'm like, "Dude, are you okay?" He's like, "Oh, it's just I'm kind of a little nervous about meeting you." I'm like, "Nah, dude, it's cool. Like, hey, you want me to walk with you?" "Oh, yeah, sure." So we started talking about random stuff, and then like I remember at I don't know how this ended up happening, but at Big Texas Comic Con, this dude and his cousin and their brother, right? Somehow we went from "oh my god, I'm so nervous" to so this is why we need to stop acknowledging No Nut November, and D Down December need to be more popular than No Nut November. I don't know how. It's like, I understand that like when you're a professional, there are some things you just don't talk about. You don't go to a certain level.
Right.
But these dudes were really cool. And these were one of the few times where like, okay, I can literally just lay back, talk about whatever within a certain range, and be a little bit more casual and less professional. Because honestly, I hate having to be professional. I love being casual. Like casual is, yeah.
It's more natural, so you don't have to pretend to be somebody that you're not.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, you know how in the entertainment industry, sometimes you'll have to go to events that require a suit and a tie?
Mm-hmm.
I have some custom-made suits. Like, for example, I have a bright orange suit with a Dragon Ball logo here and a big logo on the back. I have a custom-made suit where it's printed to look like the Iron Man suit. Like, it's a regular business suit, but it's printed all over to look like I have one that looks like a Batman suit. I have one that looks like the TARDIS from Doctor Who, because I want to still be in cosplay and stick out and promote myself the way I already promote myself without having to, conform to the norms of society.
I mean, I think all suits should resemble some kind of superhero and anime character. I think it is aloof and strange if you don't.
Oh yeah. Like even when I perform live at local rap shows, I still wear a costume. Like what drink calls it? One time I realized when I went to a local rap show,
Mm-hmm.
almost everybody had on a black shirt and jeans.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am dressed like Nightwing from the Batman series. And I'm just like, I cannot tell who's an artist and who's just here to support an artist. I really can't. Your outfits all kind of look the same to me.
Oh my God, that's too funny. That is too
funny. And it goes back. It goes back to the whole live performance thing. Like, notice Elvis's outfits, right? They had all dangly, shiny. They were all cool. And then like even Michael Jackson, right? He had all those dangly, shiny. Lady Gaga. Oh my, Lady Gaga's outfit, bro. Lady Gaga's outfit. Like, Lady Gaga is one of those, Lady Gaga for me is like one of those last live performers that just dazzle the audience, like with those outfits, with everything. Like, Bad Bunny, I see that he comes on a grappling hook on side like an inflatable palm tree. And I see Post Malone perform live. I'm like, whoa, you look like you're dressed to go to bed.
Shots fired. Call 911.
No, I'm for real though. I'm for real though.
Call 911.
And in the words of Bernie Mac, I ain't bullshitting. Maybe this is just that one concert we wanted to be relaxed. I don't know. But like, I remember he was wearing like that. It looked like pajama pants, like sweatpants, and one of those things that you I forgot what they're called, but basically they're to keep you warm. It's like an undershirt that keeps you warm. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, dude, you look like you're ready to snuggle up by a fireplace. Like, why are you performing live in this of all things?
Oh man. Some people take being comfortable a little too seriously sometimes.
Yeah, like Will Ferrell. Oh my God. Now that dude went on the Tonight Show in literal pajamas. He even had like slippers on and everything.
Oh my God. Now that is extra.
Yeah.
That's a little extra. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and making me laugh out loud, man. Do you have any last bit of advice for the listeners?
Yeah. My advice for the listeners is, if there's something that you want to do in life, not only do you have to go for it, but you will literally have to work harder than you've ever worked before. Like something that The Rock says is that the reason he got so successful is that, he was the first one in the gym. He was the last one to leave. He literally worked harder than everybody else. Kobe Bryant talked about the way that he got so good was he started waking up at 3, started training at 4, when there are some NBA players where they don't wake up till the crack of noon, and within 3-4 years, nobody can touch you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it takes. Like, I've missed birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving for this. Like, Thanksgiving that came up, I spent most of my time in here.
That's true.
So, that's just one of the sacrifices. And again, your dream is not a faithful, significant other. Your dream is going to hurt a lot in the beginning, and you're going to want to give up. And, like, if you need somebody, nobody can do it for you. Nobody cares the way that you care. We all have a purpose, and you got to be passionate about your purpose. You got to be persistent with it. And you got to be patient and wait for your purpose to come. And the thing to remember is people over profit, because you can't take it with you. And, if you're focused on profits more, it's not going to be as fulfilling.
That part. People over profit.
Yeah.
Because you can't take them with you.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my childhood heroes told me that, and ever since then, I'm like, like that's staying with me.
No, that's real. That is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you again so much for joining us today. It was an absolute pleasure, man.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
And thank you all for joining us today and watching this episode. And we will talk to you guys next week. Peace.
All right, bye.